Here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
101.7 The Truth. You have officially been tapped in. Happy Tuesday, Milwaukee. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone who is listening. Again, it's Taco Tuesday. I don't know what you got going on, but go get you some tacos. And if you're not at work, go have a margarita. It's time to turn up. Welcome to another edition of Tapped In with your girl, Jazz Tyler. Listen, today is going to be fun. I'm excited. We're going to talk about the updates on the Tupac murder trial. I'm going to talk about some politics and some old school Milwaukee street promotion as it pertains to our culture. And somehow, I promise you all three of these conversations will connect. But I want to start in Las Vegas. Tupac Shakur. Obviously, this is the first week of his murder trial. He was shot September of 1996, 30 years later. The only man ever charged in connection with the murder of Tupac was Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. And he has officially headed to trial as of yesterday. Davis has pleaded not guilty. And I'm not trying to turn this microphone into a courtroom, but I'm not asking listeners to decide if he is guilty or innocent. I just want to ask a different question, right? Think about how much has changed since 1996, how the music has changed, how hip hop has changed, technology, entire generations grew up, right? But yet Pac name has never, ever left the conversation. So I want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. The phone lines are open. What is something that Pac stood for that still resonates with you today? Again, we are not talking about the superstar. We are not talking about the legend. We are talking about the man, a brother, a son, someone who stood up for his people. And in my personal opinion, the last true leader that we had, the last representation that we had for our generation as it pertains to the industry. We want to hear from you, 833-212-1017. What is something that Tupac stood for that still resonates with you today? So, according to USA Today's News, the official witness list for Keefe D's looming trial in the shooting death of hip-hop superstar Tupac Shakur in 1996 has been released. The trial began yesterday, Monday, August 10th, and will last until September, approximately about 4 to 6 weeks, during which prosecutors in Clark County, Nevada, plan to call several people to the stand, according to an August 4th witness list obtained by USA Today. The filing reportedly includes more than 200 names, including Sean Diddy Combs, former bodyguard, as well as Death Row Records co-founder Marion Suge Knight, who has said that he does not want to testify. So I don't know if you guys have been on social media or if you've been catching the news, but Suge came out and said that he is not willing to testify, and something allegedly to the effect that if he has to, people will get hurt. I don't know if he's referring to people like him hurting someone, or if he's saying that because of the things he don't want to reveal, people will get hurt. All in all, he has officially decided not to. Now, I don't know legal-wise if he can even do that. If I'm not mistaken, if they decide to subpoena him, then he will have to get up on the stand. Again, we all know Pac was shot and killed September 7th of 1996 in Las Vegas. Again, there is a witness list of 200 people who are supposed to take this stand, and the reason why I'm bringing light to it is primarily because of, again, the person that he was. I think that for the past 30 years, again, this trial is something that is way long overdue. There has been so much speculation surrounding whether Pac is still alive, whether Pac is deceased, who actually had a part in it. Was it gang related? Was it something to do with the government? So on and so on. What I will say, and this is not a known fact, this is just my personal opinion. As the trial begins and as the trial happens, I ask that we not forget that he was a human being and not allow this trial to overpower and overshine the work that he has done while he was on earth, because the work is still happening, right? We get so caught up in, the politics of things and the naysay and the gossip. And a lot of times we don't remember the impact. We don't remember the impact and the inspiration, although it's in our faces on a daily basis. And why is this important? Because at the end of the day, the messages that Pac put in his music and his art is still relevant to us now. We are still fighting the same fight. We are still dealing with the same things that we were dealing with back then. And again, I truly believe that, especially as an educator in music, I have noticed the amount of young people, this generation, and how much they are privy to Pac and his music and the work that he has done. So again, as this trial continues, I ask that we don't sit back and look at it from a spectator's point of view, but rather a reminder of why we need to be a part of the movement in a way that assists the youth, why we need to make sure that we are a part of keeping the legacy alive, why we should be a part of all of the amazing things that the foundation is currently doing, because it's important. And as you know, when it comes to a lot of our prominent Black entertainers, whenever they are gone or whenever something happens, it's almost as if them and their legacy is hijacked and stripped, and we're stripped of everything, right? Everyone who was an entertainer that grew up watching a Tupac Shakur, a Whitney Houston, a Michael Jackson, whoever, there has been something attached to them in the media that attempts to force us to be programmed to look at their legacy a different way. And with this case in particular, and this artist in particular, it is important that we remember to, again, remember the work that he did, remember the work that is still being done, and remember that Pac was only 25 when this happened, right? How many of y'all have 25-year-old children or nephews, family members? That's how young he was. And again, the fact that things that were discussed back then is still happening now is another issue. So I have to send my love to the entire Shakur family, because this is an extremely difficult time for them, for the board, my fellow board members. What is expectation to the world is heartache and pain to people who were really, really close in family and friends with him. And all of these wounds are now about to be reopened 30 years later. And that is a serious matter. Again, this is probably one of the biggest murder trials in entertainment history. Although, we would like justice, the reality is what's done is done. And the best we can do is to continue to push forward the legacy of Pac, the work, the love that he had for the youth, and just embodying the type of person he was for his people overall. I think that he is a great reminder of the type of person you should be when it comes to crossing over from entertainment, acting, arts, and community work. And again, it's still a lot of work that has to be done. It's unfortunate that 30 years later, we are still battling the same thing, but it's a reality. It's a reality. So I want to hear from you, 833-212-1017. What is something that Tupac stood for that still resonates with you today? We all have our favorite songs. We all have our favorite movies. But again, I just want us to get back to community, get back to village, get back to principles and morals and having a great character. And a lot of the music and knowledge that he kicked, it expressed that. For me, something that still resonates with me today is just simply knowing that I am a beautiful Black woman. The love, the respect he had for women, for his mother, for his sister, for any woman, especially Black women. I think he did a great job with expressing that to the world through his music, through his interviews, through his art. It's just reminding us of who we are, how strong we are, how far we've come. The Black Girl Magic is just constant reminders. Whether you're listening to Keep Your Head Up, whatever the song is, there's constant reminders when it comes to Black women of why we are great. So again, we are talking today. We are talking about Tupac Shakur, the murder trial. We're going to go into politics as well as the Milwaukee culture as it pertains to campaigning. We got to go to break, but when we come back, I want to talk about the Tupac story that almost never gets the headlines. Everybody knows the murder case, but far fewer people know what his mother built 1 year after his death and what his family is still doing with his legacy today. Don't move. We'll be back. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. You are officially tapped in.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Influenced by crime, addicted to grinding. Preoccupied with my chips. Niggas call me a timer.
I've been ballin' since my adolescent years, steady climbing.
Man, you motherfuckers don't know nothing about no time.
Welcome back, 101.7 The Truth. You are officially tapped in. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. Happy Tuesday, Milwaukee. Before the break, we talked about why Tupac's murder why Tupac's name is still relevant despite the murder trial that's currently happening. We also discussed the fact that Suge Knight has officially stated he does not want to be on the witness list. He does not want to testify. He stated that if he does, someone is going to get hurt. I don't know, allegedly. I don't know if that means that he's going to do something or if someone is going to get hurt behind whatever it is that he has to say. But that is very interesting to me, seeing how him and Keefe D are the only two living witnesses who was there on the scene, right? So Keefe D has all the way up until this point between books, between interviews, between social media, has consistently said that he was responsible for the murder of Tupac Shakur. And now he has pleaded not guilty and is going back on his word. And it don't make it any better that the man who was in the car with him, the only other living witness who was there, stated that he does not want to testify. And it could be, for multiple reasons. I'm not here to speculate. But what I will say is this is going to be an interesting trial. It's going to be interesting because, again, there is over 200 people who are expected to take the stand. Over 200 people are expected to take the stand in Tupac's murder trial. I'm almost positive is going to be some of your favorite people, some of your favorite artists, people that you probably looked up to, people that you didn't even know he had a relationship with. But either way, it's been 30 years and this case still has not been solved. And again, it's interesting. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. But when we think about, what happened back in 1996 and we think about where we are 30 years later, one of the things that we never really talk about is Tupac's legacy. And again, it's not in the sense of him being this superstar, legendary human being, even though he was. It is in the sense of the work that he did. The work that he did as an entertainer, as someone who was in the arts overall, the work that he did for his people, for the community. He was into politics. Everything that he stood for is some of the reason why a lot of my generation are the way that we are. This is back when you could look up to entertainers and actually have some type of substance about yourself, or they was kicking something that was relatable, and it was a person of good character that made you want to be a part of whatever it was that they were selling. And for me, that was Tupac. He was selling love to his people, right? He was giving love to his people. He was standing up for, what it is that he believed in. And I think a lot of times, for a majority of our people, we don't understand the seriousness when it comes to entertainers taking a stance. I'm not talking about getting on one knee at a football game, okay? I'm talking about real life taking a stance. I'm talking about pulling up on a black man being jumped by two off-duty police officers who stole a gun from evidence and then shoot him in it, right? I'm talking about going to feed the people without the cameras, without, the reporters, right? And so much more. Obviously, there's a lot that he did, for the people. And that's something that is noteworthy, from the arts to the mental health and wellness to the prison reform. At such a young age, he was just beginning to become who it was that he would have been had he still been here. For those who are not aware, in 1997, 1 year after Tupac was assassinated, his mother, Afeni Shakur, founded what began as the Shakur Family Foundation and now is known as the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation. The original vision included quality arts training for young people. Today, the foundation's mission is and addressing trauma and mental health through therapeutic resources, creative arts, education, and wellness. And this part is personal for me because I have the honor of serving on the board as a board member of the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation. So when Tupac name trends because of the trial, I also want people to know what is happening in his name right now. The work that we are doing, mental health and wellness, that includes men's circles, healing tanks. Shout out to my sister, Sexual Shakur, which is Tupac's biological sister. She has a coloring book for therapy that we utilize for therapy as well. Creative arts that includes sound therapy, meditation, dance, art, music, drama, creative writing workshops, the social justice piece, supporting peaceful conflict resolution models for undeserved communities, the prison reform, right? So we're in and out of the prison facilities and detention facilities. We have a partnership with Mr. Verley Word at Lawrenceville Correctional Facility that I had the pleasure of orchestrating in Lawrenceville, Virginia. And he has a peace curriculum, and he teaches this curriculum inside of the prison, and they hold graduations. And since he has been teaching this curriculum, they have not had any fights, any incidents inside of this prison. He is an official partner of the Tupac Shakur Foundation, Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation. And also shout out to David Crowley and shout out to David Muhammad and Lethel Taylor for assisting us with programming and going in and out of the youth detention facilities here in the state of Wisconsin, where we're able to go and work with the young women and young men inside the detention facilities in attempt to assist them from, going back into the world and doing the same thing. We have peace pole ceremonies. We did a peace pole ceremony here right outside of the Running Rebels building off of Fond du Lac. If you're familiar with that building, if you ride past that street, you will see the Tupac Amaru Shakur Foundation peace pole. And that is something that his sister created to say, hey, this is a designated safe space. This is a space, no matter what it is that you're going through, when you enter this space, it is safe. We want the youth to be able to come and play and do whatever it is that they want to do without having to worry about any issues. And most importantly, we are always looking to work with community members. And why am I mentioning this? It's not a sales pitch. It's not to get you guys to buy in. It's to simply get you to understand the importance of legacy and understand the importance of what happens when you leave. Who's going to control your narrative? Who is going to be the person to dictate who you was, who you are, and what you stand for, right? Because when you put in a lot of work, especially to my community brothers and sisters and the activists and even the entertainers, people who has a vision, people who have a voice and a platform, when you decide to take a stand and you decide to be so embedded in your community, you need to also be thinking about who's going to carry that on when you are no longer with us, right? And why is this important? Because when you look at the people who came before us, their legacy still lives on. The things that they set in place for us to have, it still exists because there is people in place now. And there was people in place once they transitioned who continued that fight. There is people in place who are still fighting to make sure that we have what we have. So if we're doing it at a political level and we're doing it, at a level of former elected officials and people like that, we got to do it for the street politicians too. And what I mean by that is a Tupac, right? The things that he represented and the things for my generation specifically, because again, we know that every generation has a leader. From Noble Drew Ali to Marcus Garvey to Malcolm X to the Black Panther Party movement to Black Liberation Army to, Martin Luther King, so many people, right? Gaddafi. There are so many people who came before us. And when I was growing up, the last little bit of taste that we got was Tupac. So for me, it's important for me to assist with continuing that legacy because of the principles and the things that he stood for. It's the same things that I stand for. It's the same things that resonates with me. When you go back and look at the interviews, everything he's talking about from Donald Trump to everything exists today, 30 years later. And sometimes it gets drowned out by the rhetoric. It gets drowned out by whether or not he's still alive or deceased and who played a part in the murder and all of this nonsense. That should not override the impact that this man had. He's literally sacrificed himself for the betterment of the people. And we have to continue to do the work, right? Obviously, it's a little bit different dealing with these entertainers now because a lot of them don't have a backbone and won't take a stance that's genuine to the people without there being a hidden agenda, which is why us, the community, the village, we have to make sure that we continue to do the work. That's it. That is what this is about, us doing the work, right? So the bigger question is, what are we doing with Tupac's legacy besides selling nostalgia, right? What are we doing? If Tupac's music ever meant something to you, learn about the work that's still being done in his name. Volunteer, share the mission, support the programs, right? We also invite you, the foundation, we invite you to text Tupac to 44321. That's TUPAC. To become informed on what it is that we have going on. You can make donations, all of it. But at the end of the day, it's about preserving a legacy, right? It's about continuing the work. It's about giving these babies and the youth something to look forward to, and teaching them what a backbone is, right? And we have to go to break. After the break, we are starting with the word campaign, but we're changing the arena. Today is the Wisconsin primary election day. Everybody sees the commercials. Everybody sees the yard signs. But what actually makes sense is whether or not they vote. In our campaigns, talking to communities or merely advertising at them. That's next. Do not touch that dial. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler.
Milwaukee, we need more leaders. If you're a man 24 or older, it's time to stop talking about change and be the change. Join the 100 Black Men of Milwaukee, where successful men come together to mentor youth, strengthen our community, and build the next generation of leaders. Your experience, your wisdom, your legacy, it all matters. Visit Milwaukee100.org, click membership, and apply today. 100 Black Men of Milwaukee. What they see is what they'll be.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
.7 The Truth. It's your girl Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct at the American Family Insurance Studio in the beautiful heart of downtown Milwaukee. Happy Tuesday. Listen, today is primary election day in Wisconsin, and the governor's race is one of the major contests on the ballot. I'm not using this hour to tell anybody who deserves their vote. Y'all should know that by now, True Nation. I am just simply interested in the culture of campaigning, right? Especially in communities where trust isn't won by a 30-second commercial, okay? A candidate can have the cleanest television ad in the world, but does that matter if nobody in the neighborhood has ever seen them? Does a mailer move you? A yard sign, a church visit, a barbershop conversation, somebody pulling up, knocking on the door, or a respected person in your neighborhood who says, hey, I know this person. You should, hear them out. So I have a question for you, right? What actually influences your vote? Policy, personality, endorsements, party, community relationships, or somebody you trust? Hit me up, 833-212-1017. No candidate speeches. I just want to know what it actually means to earn your vote. What does a person have to do? So the reason why we are talking about campaigning is because at the 5 o'clock hour, we got a Milwaukee legend, Flyer John, will be in the building, right? If you are from Milwaukee and you grew up in my era or the era before me, even now, there is not one place that you have not seen Flyer John. From flyers to his outfits to him spray painting, logos on the back of his head, whatever it is, he is simply like a GOAT when it comes to campaigns and promotions. In presentation matters. So when we're talking about the election day in Wisconsin, I keep seeing, I've heard multiple things from multiple people, right? Pertaining to mailers, pertaining to, whether or not someone knocked on their door. Also pertaining to the amount of people who are not voting, right? The fact that the percentage of voting is down. And it's a bigger issue at hand, especially for an election like this. This is something that is serious. I know a lot of times we get voter fatigue, but me personally, I believe that it's not necessarily just the candidates. It's the marketing piece. It's the campaigning piece that cause people not to vote. It takes more than sending a mailer or knocking on someone's door or a yard sign or advertisements on the radio or TV, right? And although some of these methods do work, we are seeing obviously a decline in voting. And again, I believe that it has something to do with the marketing piece, with the campaign piece. See, one thing about Black people is if you have a campaign, it doesn't matter if you're an elected official, if you are campaigning for customers, for your business, whatever it is, we want to have a non-transactional type of interaction, right? So when you're campaigning in certain neighborhoods, you have to be prepared to sit down and have thorough conversations with those citizens because they want to know why they should vote for you. And they're going to make you work for their vote. And I can guarantee you, especially when it comes to the elders, if you have not made a stop to come and talk to them or put up in their neighborhood to have some type of town hall meeting, more than likely they're not going to vote for you because they are not on social media. Yes, they get the mailers, but they're not on social media and they're not active outside. So a lot of the advertisement other than what's on the television or radio, they don't see, which is why they want that old school interaction. They want to be able to sit down and look you in your eyes. Now you understand what I'm saying? That's why campaigning is important. They want to sit down and look you in your eyes and know that whatever it is that you're telling them, they can believe you and that's how you earn their vote. So again, I want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. Tell me what actually earns your vote. What is it? Have you, whether you voted for someone on the Common Council, a state legislator, the governor's race, presidential race, whatever the case may be, what is it that an elected official has done when it comes to their campaign that has caused you to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and vote for this person. Because again, we can't vote for someone just because they ask us to vote for them. If I've never seen you, I'm not voting for you, period. If I've never had an interaction with you, I can't vote for you. Because when it comes to Wisconsin politics, because I'm not quite sure if I can trust you. It's bigger than just the campaigning piece. When I was running for office and we would hit the doors, remind you, it's the wintertime. So in the wintertime, it's a little bit more difficult. It's different. You have to be mindful of the weather. You have to be mindful of safety, right? And it's hard to get people to come out and actually help you do doors. But one of the things that I know from running my own campaign and helping other elected officials run their campaigns is that those conversations matter when you are campaigning. You can't campaign a governor's race, a mayor's race, a state assembly's race. You can't campaign with just flyers and just advertisement on the radio and TV. You have to physically go and talk to the people. They want to see you face to face. They want to size you up, especially the elder men. They want to size you up. They want to look you in your eye, shake your hand, and see if you are really about what you say. Right? And then who you have helping you campaign matters as well. Who you're around, it matters. You want to get people that know the area. You want to get people that know the people that's over there. Not to persuade them, but to have real interactions. Real interactions. Right? So, when we talk about promotions, we talk about campaigns, we talk about marketing, we talk about all of that. Please understand me when I tell you, when it comes to anything pertaining to what I just mentioned, Milwaukee has top tier promoters, people who boots on the ground, guerrilla promotions, all of the above, right? From the highest of the highest political wise to the boots on the ground, everyday regular people. And when it's something that we care about, again, think about the 90s or the 80s. Think about the campaigns when Mike McGee Sr. was running for office, or Mike McGee Jr. when he was running for office, or when Judge Lena Taylor was running for office, right? Velar Phillips, first black woman elected, right? Think about these prominent figures in our community and what it was like when you seen their campaign. When they ran for office, even Kaylin Haywood Jr., K2, K2, when he was running. It was boots on the ground. It was non-transactional. It was meeting the people where they are. That's what campaigning is all about. It doesn't matter if it's politics, doesn't matter if it's your business, doesn't matter if it's a community event. When you are campaigning, you have to meet the people where they are, right? So when we talk about, nobody's going out to vote. Nobody's, again, we understand voter fatigue, but why? Why do you believe I don't want to dismiss the fact that people going out to vote. I don't want to dismiss it in the sense of it doesn't mean anything, because it does. But there is a reason. There is a reason why, other than the fact that they don't believe in the candidates, because there's more than enough candidates to choose from. I simply believe it's because nobody has made it. I'm not going to say nobody, but certain individuals probably have not made it their job to go and visit these people. Their campaign has not reached them. So pivoting to specific campaigning, when you are rallying behind someone, you have to become a part of the campaign in a way that separates that campaign from everyone else. That means that it's 24/7. It doesn't stop with the social media posts. It doesn't stop with the commercial and TV ads. It doesn't stop with none of that or start. It has to be day in, day out. The conversations you're having in the barbershop, in the beauty salon, when you go to the grocery stores, right? When you go over your homeboy house or your homegirl house and y'all sitting down playing spades, that's campaigning, right? It has to be constant conversations. But outside of campaigning, you're not campaigning because you want people to buy in just your experience, right? Yes, you can list what you've done in your accolades, but you have to make people buy into you, period, as a human being. If I don't dig you as a human being and I don't feel like your character aligns with mine, then I don't care about what's on your ballot. Your mailer. I don't care about what's on your flyer. I don't care about none of it. If I can't get the opportunity to, if I don't have the opportunity to fully see who you are as an individual, that will dictate whether or not if I vote for you. The problem that we're having with this governor's race is there are so many people on both parties who are attempting to dictate the livelihood of the citizens in Milwaukee, and they have not even stepped a foot in this city. They have never pulled up. Their campaign is reaching the city, but we have yet to see them. Up until today, we have yet to see them, right? Let's talk about it. What is it that causes you to vote? What is it that causes it? What is it that wins you over, right? 833-212-1017. We got to go to break. When we come back, I'm connecting politics to Milwaukee culture, before digital targeting, before boosted posts, before influencers, all of the above. We solely depended on people who knew how to physically move information throughout this entire city. At 5 o'clock, one of Milwaukee's legend of that era is sitting down with me, Flyer John, right? First, let's talk about why boosts still matter when we come back from the break. Don't touch that dial. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
Can we witness? Before we see, it's hard to live this life without God. So we must ask forgiveness. Ask mama why I got this earth to die. Witness the tears falling free from my eyes before she could reply. For we were born without a silver spoon. My broken down TV show cartoons in my living room. One day I hope
101.7 The Truth is your girl, Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct at the award-winning 101.7 The Truth in downtown Milwaukee. Listen, today we're talking about marketing. We're talking about campaigning, right? There is levels to promotions, whether it's your business, whether it's elected official campaign, whatever it is, there is levels to promotion, right? So here's the bridge between election day and my next guest promotion is persuasion. Whether you are selling a concert ticket, opening a club, launching a business, or asking somebody for a vote, you are trying to make a human being care enough to take action. And Milwaukee has its own promotional language, right? There was an era where you couldn't hide behind algorithm. Somebody had to know which barbershop mattered, which beauty salon mattered, which club, gas station, neighborhood event, all of the above, right? Which person could make people listen? That wasn't random paper distribution. At its best, it was cultural intelligence, right? There was a whole era in Milwaukee, a whole time, the culture where there was groups of people and they worked collectively and individually, mainly individually. What I mean by work collectively is everybody was doing their own thing, but they were not getting in the way of each other, right? So when you have a Flyer John or a KB the Playmaker or a Sir Knight Waynes and Dragon or a Dracula, right? Prominent people in Milwaukee history and culture who was a huge figure when it came to advertising, marketing, and promo. They did it at such a level that to the point where it became an art, right? It became an art. Again, it wasn't just standing there. First and foremost, I know, shout out to Sir Wayne, because Wayne is that guy. We got to get Wayne up here. When you run into a Flyer John or a Sir Wayne, they were not just selling you what was on the flyer. They were selling you themselves, their experience, their personalities, right? You pull up, if it's a known concert or something that's coming to the city, you know who to go to. You know who's going to have all of that information. They were prominent when it came to getting the information out here, and they still are. That is true Milwaukee culture. That is something that I feel like we are missing today. That is how you connect with people on any level, right? It's called social skills. Social skills. That is something that this generation lacks. So when we're talking about campaigns, we're talking about marketing, we're talking about promo, and we're talking about people who played a part in the Milwaukee culture when it came to giving out information prior to social media. Again, that is part of history that we cannot erase. There were some very prominent people here who was putting in the work to make sure that the people got the information. That was important. The people having the information firsthand and it's coming from a valid source is something that's a part of the culture that we are missing today. Social skills. Being able to physically walk up to somebody, tell them why they should, purchase a ticket to an event, or simply just breaking down to them all of the resources and information that you have. Hey, we got this going on. That's coming up in about a week. We got this happening in about 2 weeks. And again, it's not just entertainment, it's resources, it's elected official campaigns, it's all of the above. Knowing who to go to get what information. That matters because whatever information comes from the source has to be valid. There was a point in time where if you don't see certain people promoting something, then more than likely it's not authentic. Now we live in a world where social media gets to dictate everything, and people have no social skills. Anybody can, how many people get scammed on a daily basis by other fake promoters, putting out false information, creating falsified flyers, and then get money on the front end and the back end, right? And that event probably has nothing to do with whoever it is that they're combining it with. But we don't know that because we're going just strictly off of algorithm and not, again, social skills. We don't live in a world anymore where people go up to someone and have a civil conversation about whatever it is that's happening around the city. And again, why is this important? Because this is how we get the information out, right? This is how we get people to buy into whatever it is that we're trying to create as a culture in the city of Milwaukee. Because I'm telling you, it was no feeling like leaving high school for the day and you walk outside and you see Sir Wayne nice and dragging outside with them flyers. It's going down. I know that if Sir Wayne or Flyer John pull up with a flyer that got information on it, whatever it is, they don't even got to sell it to me. I'm there. I'm there. Whether it's a party, whether it's a concert, whether it's a community event, whatever it is, because their name was attached to it and their name is attached to it, that gives it credibility. That gives it a sense of, hey, I know whatever they touch or whatever they have going on is valid and I want a part of it. That's something that we don't get that anymore. And for those who was out kicking it, y'all know what I mean. You come outside and all them flyers under your windshield wipers or on your door window, the car door window, the information, right? Information. That's what campaigning is about. It's about building relationships and providing information and social skills. Being able to be one with the people and meet the people where they are, right? It's a part of our culture. That's who we are. That's who Milwaukee always has been. So what does this has to do with politics? Well, it has a lot because, again, before we went to break, I was talking about back in the day. Remember when our black elected officials was running for office, Mike McGee Sr., Mike McGee Jr., Malele A. Cox, Judge Lena Taylor, Win Moore. That was a big deal for everybody to be a part of the campaign because we're campaigning for the culture and we're campaigning for the people. So when you hear the word campaign, you automatically think the politically correct version. TV advertisement, radio advertisement, flyers, mailers, things of that nature. But you forget about the people in the barbershops, the beauty salons. You forget about the Flyer Johns and the Sir Night Waynes and Dragon. You forget about the people who really are pushing the information in spaces and crevices that other people may not be able to reach. That's how you build a strong campaign. Milwaukee has always been known in every arena to have a strong guerrilla marketing promo style. That's what makes us who we are, right? That's what makes us who we are. And to be honest with you, I miss that culture. I miss the culture of, again, whether it was somebody who has a business, whether it's somebody who was running for office, whatever the case may be. I know that there are certain people in this city who has that information and they are working their way around, right? Not just during campaign season. They're doing this 24/7. So these are people that you see on a regular, which makes them a trusted person. Again, hey, if I walk up and I see that Sir Wayne got a flyer, he don't have to sell anything to me. All he have to do is say, hey, this is what's happening. And I'm going to buy into it just on the strength of it being him. That's powerful. That is powerful. That is something that we have to get back to. So, I want y'all to tap in with me, 833-212-1017, right? The old school street promoters understand audiences better than today's digital marketers. I want to hear from you. Let me know. Let's talk about it. 833-212-1017.
We hit the trail, know we riding clean. Them country girls yelling, wait for me. Got the trail jumping like a trampoline. All them baddies shaking ass like a tambourine. Shaking it like a tambourine. Like them chocolate like a Kit Kat. Break daddy off a piece of that. Flow rider said, get it low. But baby, can you drop it like a 6'4"? Drop it like a 6'4". Shorty, can you drive a stick? Better cuff your girl, cause I hit a lick. Them country girls fine and they hella thick. The ladies poppin' fast, but baby, can you pop it on me with no hands? I'm in town just to have a good time. Kicking up dust, stepping at the trail ride. The brown girls lit, drinking on that moonshine. Then me and shorty locked eyes, creeped up on her from behind like, what's your name? Where you from? It don't matter who you hear when I'm no one. Do you bake, baby, cause you got them cakes, baby. I'm down for whatever, let's have some fun. Came all the way from my 94. I'm just a city slicker kicking down southern doors. You say you got here from town to now 55. But baby, is you familiar with 69? Yeah. Smooth like a player, I'm a Mech, baby. Once you hook, you was took as a rap, baby. You're just the right height and you're my speed. I'm only here for the night, so what it's gonna be. I'm in town just to have a good time. Kicking up dust, stepping at the trail ride. The brown girls lit, drinking on that moonshine. Then me and shorty locked eyes, creeped up on her from behind like, what's your name? Where you from? It don't matter who you hear when I'm no one. Do you bake, baby, cause you got them cakes, baby. I'm down for whatever, let's have some fun. What's your name? Where you from? It don't matter who you hear when I'm no one. Do you bake, baby, cause you got them cakes, baby. I'm down for whatever, let's have some fun.
Almost half of Milwaukee kids attend a school outside of MPS. Their parents chose those schools. Their families built those schools. Francesca Hong wants to end that choice. They'd phase out of Milwaukee's parental choice program. They'd shut down public charter schools. They'll force tens of thousands of Milwaukee families back into a system that's already failing our kids and can't accept them. On August 11th, vote for candidates who fight for our kids. Paid for by Leaders for a Better Community, Inc.
Our leaders need to stand up to Trump and Tom Tiffany, but Francesca Hong's record is a distraction we can't afford. Bizarre rants against holidays, from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, calls to defund the police, voting against protecting kids from sexual predators. We can't trust Francesca Hong to defend the progress we've built in Wisconsin. Call Francesca Hong at 608-266-5342 to say her record hurts us. Paid for by Wisconsin Future Rising.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Interested in volunteering? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or by emailing Sierra, CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension for helping make this event possible.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM. W269DL Milwaukee and WGKB Waukesha.
Yeah, nigga, it's time to ride. Grab your bulletproof vest. Niggas be alone. Now me and Quick finna show you.
101.7 in Truth. It's your girl Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct. Welcome back. If you were outside Milwaukee during the era where street promotion really moved this city, chances are you saw the work before you knew the man. From concerts to club events, campaigns, flyers everywhere, to logos spray painted on the back of his head in his fit. We are talking about none other than the legendary Flyer John, a Milwaukee name associated with guerrilla street promotion and getting information directly into the people's hand. What's up, Flyer John?
Nothing much.
Listen, you a hard man to find, man. I seen you at Bronzeville Fest. I was so happy to see you. Again, you've been around for so many decades. You are a part of Milwaukee culture and Milwaukee history. Really like the number one hustle man. For real, for real.
Oh, yeah.
You be getting to it. So how did this come about, Flyer John? How did you get into promotions?
Actually, I took a trip down to Chicago and took a ride with Reggie Brown.
What year was this?
That was 1981.
Come on now.
When I went to the New Edition concert, went backstage with the New Edition show, and all of a sudden, Reg talked to New Edition. They taught me how to do it, and that's when I got started.
That's a major start to promotion.
You know it.
So you had a chance to actually meet them too?
Oh yeah.
What was it like?
Oh, it was a nice concert and all.
Yeah. What is something that you learned from Reggie, like right then and there?
I know every aspect, how you got started, and then he showed me a lot how to get started.
So he took you under his wing.
Yep.
And this was, you said 1985?
Well, you could say from 1981 to 1985.
Come on now. Come on. That's real history. So what did the city feel like back then?
The city showed me a lot of props.
Yeah.
That's why I ordered got me a new teammate now. Her name is April. Yeah.
Yeah, come on now. Because we always see you out there solo dolo. So you got a team now.
Yep. She just, I hope she didn't leave because, hey. Yep.
Got a team. That's what's up. So take us back to the 90s with promotions. What were some of the major concerts, promoters that you worked with throughout the city of Milwaukee?
I had worked with mostly, I'm going to say I know a couple of names, Steve Trotter, So Wayne.
Yeah.
Promoted like a whole bunch of concerts, like the Key Sweat.
Yeah.
Drew Hill.
Yeah.
Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
Donnell Jones.
Yep.
And so on. I mean, hey, it go back to history.
Yes, indeed. So what was it about before you reached out to Reggie, before you went to the New Edition concert?
He sat down with me and told me, man, you got to slow down promoting these shows. Sooner or later, when you get ready to promote these concerts, make sure they pay you.
Yes.
And make sure they give you some good backstage pass or tickets to every show it is.
Yeah. So who was reaching out for you to promote it? Was it like the people that owned the venues or promoters?
People that own the venues.
Okay. What are some of those venues?
like the Milwaukee Theater, Riverside Theater, the Bradley Center, and all of them.
Yeah. So they would reach out to you, ask you to help promote the shows, and then they didn't want to give you nothing in return in the beginning?
Not really.
So you had to demand it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we talk about promotions, right? What was the one event that changed Flyer John? That where you was like, you know what? I got it. I'm the best of the best. Yeah. What concert, what event was it that you can recall?
I can recall the last one that I had to pay to go into, and that was, man, the Young Jeezy and man, when I went to that Young Jeezy concert at the Riverside Theater, I feel that I didn't get what I needed until I had to pay to hear it show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and that really hurt it.
Yeah. So are you still doing marketing and promotions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still I'm actually promoting this free concert coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What concert is that?
That's a free concert at the Harry Davidson spot coming up August the 16th.
Okay.
And it's going to be nice at 10 in the morning, 7 p.m. at night on a Sunday.
Let me ask you this, John, because I could see you downtown and then an hour later I see you in Brown Deer. How you managed to do all of this by yourself all these years?
Hey, I got help now. I don't got to do it by myself.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Are you going to create a bigger team? Because this is the first time we hear about you expanding it.
That's the only help I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hope she didn't leave because,
yeah.
I hope she didn't leave.
So what does Milwaukee culture mean to you? You are a part of Milwaukee history. What does Milwaukee culture mean to you?
Culture histories, I'm trying to reach out to all the high schools.
Yeah.
Tell them, look, I'm looking to bring somebody else on to help me put out these flyers.
Yeah.
Anybody that passed 12th grade, come on and join me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need all the help we can get.
Yep. So you're building, it sounds like you're rebuilding a street promotion team.
That's right. That's what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah. So how important, throughout the years of you doing this, how important is streets promotions?
It's real strong because we're going to need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, a person got to go all the way through their 12th grade history.
Yeah.
They want to come on board, just come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just come on.
Have you ever done campaign work for elected officials?
Oh, if they need me to, hey, I'm on.
Have you done it before?
Yeah.
Who's some of the people you've worked with?
Actually, one lady owned a restaurant on North Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
She came to me, wanted me to pass out the flyers.
Yeah.
And that's when I started doing it.
Yeah. So do you feel like, was there ever a time that you felt like whatever event is happening, it got to go through Flyer John?
Yeah.
Ain't no way you can have an event and not put the flyers in Flyer John's hand now.
Anything come in my hand, you got to pay me for me to do it.
That's right. I know that's right.
And not only that, I told my girlfriend April.
Yeah.
They got to pay us to do the work.
Yeah.
If you don't pay us,
yep,
we're going to put it back in your hands.
Yep, that's right. And what you say, and yesterday's price is not today's price.
Correct.
At all, whatsoever. Are you a fan of social media promotions?
Yep, I am.
You are?
Well, no, hold on. Social media?
Yeah. Like Instagram, Facebook. Because, we living in a different era now.
I got all my stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because right now, that picture that you saw me in April on there, that's our new flyer picture.
Got you. So that's how y'all promote the work that y'all doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And she an R&B artist, singer. She the best #1 R&B singer.
Come on now.
She can sing too.
Be our #1 fan, John. Yeah. Let's go.
And we about to ready to promote her album too.
Okay.
And she's a barber, the #1 barber in the city of Milwaukee.
She a barber?
Oh yeah, she can cut some hair. She'll lay it down on you.
She be cutting your hair, John?
Yeah, she good at it too. She's a #1 barber and a #1 R&B singer.
Let's go. So she got you out here crispy.
Yeah, she can sing her butt off.
Speaking of crispy, I want to ask you something because this was a game changer for us growing up. What made you spray paint the logos in your head when you was doing promotions?
Actually, I had wanted to do that when I was little so I can pick up all the concerts.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like how some stars saying our show's gonna be picking up, so now they do.
Yeah. So you thought about it. Like, let me put this in my head. Let me spray paint.
True.
Yeah. That's legendary. That's a part of the culture. There was nobody else doing that but you. When we seen you moving around, you had the spray paint in your head, you had it on your clothes like a walk-in billboard, walk-in advertisement. We got Flyer John in the building. We got to go to break. Do not touch that down. When we come back, we're going to get into the science of the streets. How did you know where to go, what time to be there, which side of town mattered, and who had influence before anybody had analytics? Flyer John is in the building. We're going to talk about it when we come back from break. Flyer John, before we go to break, quick question. Are you choosing promotions, street promotions, or social media promotions?
Street promotion.
Promo.
That's how I get out here.
Yeah. What's so important about it?
What's important about it? I need to know everybody know me, that I'm out there.
Yeah.
If I'm not out there, people gonna be looking around saying, "Where's Flyer John at?
Yeah.
Where is he at?
Yep.
Is he out there hiding?" They need to know I am out there doing the job that I'm supposed to be doing.
I seen this trend on social media with shout out to comedian Da Bump and Steve the Stoner. They say, "Bump, is that you?" That's how they gonna start doing. Flyer John, is that you? We can never find you.
I'm out there. I'm out there working.
Yeah. What you say? You outside. Sometimes you can be a difficult person to find, but we know that you get it in, that you, again, have been a part of Milwaukee culture for a very long time. So when we come back, we're going to get into it, y'all. We doing it for the culture. We giving out flyers. We got Flyer John in the building. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler.
Milwaukee, can you still afford to keep your lights on? Bills are up, shut-off notices are up. People are choosing between the electric bill and groceries. And now, We Energies wants to build giant data centers and then send the bill to us. Low-income, moderate-income families and renters, seniors on fixed income. If you're against paying for someone else's power, if you want the power, you pay for the power. Tell the Public Service Commission. Comment now or come speak at Marquette the first week of September. Go to walnutway.org.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Picture me rolling. Can you see me now? Move to the side a little bit so you can get a clear picture. Can you see it? Picture me rolling.
101.7 The Truth. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct. Hey, listen, Milwaukee. If you know me, you know me. You know Brother Z, man. We do it for the culture, right? And we have one of Milwaukee's historical figure, man. Flyer John is in the building. Now, if you come from this era, my era, the era before me, there is no way that you've been around the city of Milwaukee and have not seen Flyer John, right? From the spray paint in his head to the spray paint on his clothes to him, you know, passing out flyers, whatever the case may be, he is a walking billboard. And we also have his wife, April, on the line. April, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you so much for tapping in with us, April. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Before we get started, do you want to give a shout out to your hubby?
Yes, I want to give a special shout out to Flyer John for working the bones off of me, passing out those flyers.
Let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, congratulations, Flyer John, on not only just having a companion, but the fact that you have help. Because we've seen you throughout the years do this, you know, a lot by yourself. April, can you talk about the process of how you guys, you know, make this happen when it comes to guerrilla marketing in the streets?
Yes. So we go to local businesses. Some people do reach out to us on my platforms, my Facebook, my Instagram, and they, you know, they ask us, can we pass out a certain amount of flyers? We give them a price rate, and we go and pick up the flyers, and we go to local events like State Fair, and we just pass them out and get them all gone in a day or two.
So how do you guys determine where a flyer needs to be? Meaning, like, I was telling him earlier, and it, you know, I made it as a joke, but it's the truth. Like, you can see Flyer John downtown somewhere and then see him all the way across the town. How do you determine what area needs to be marketed?
Well, it all depends on what's going on in that area. Like Jazz in the Park, we'll hit up that area. Jazz in the Park is going on at that moment. Any big concerts that's going on at that moment, that's where we'll hit up, and he does move fast.
Absolutely. Flyer John, can you tell, as someone who does promotions, can you tell just based off handing out flyers and stuff like that whether or not an event is going to flop?
Actually, I look at, if I knew if it was there's a lot of stuff going on in barbershops or clubs,
Yeah.
I'll stand in front of a club and hit them when they're going in or coming out.
Yeah.
I give it to them when I'm standing right outside on the side of the club. Like every night,
Yeah.
I go in the club. If I look in, if I know it's packed,
That's where you go hit them up at.
I hit them up, and I hit them up going out.
So if people decline the flyers, is that an indication that the event probably won't sell tickets?
Well, we'll look every time I go to a concert.
Yeah.
I keep a count. I write it down on a piece of paper. I'll count how many going in a show. If they don't sell good,
Yeah.
I had to keep on pushing the flyers out there
Got you.
and everything. If they not selling good,
Yeah.
that's my mistake. If they is selling good, I keep on working at it.
April, I got a question for you. What is the biggest mistake outsiders make when they try to market in Milwaukee?
Right now, they're telling us that flyers are not popular no more. A lot of people are destroying the flyers or throwing them down. They saying that everything is on Facebook, but not everyone watches Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. So I think that the flyers are still important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that too. It's nothing like, you know, something being in your face, right? Again, it's being excited, you know, about seeing the flyers and who's all coming. But most importantly, just getting the experience overall. So earlier you guys talked about moving around throughout the city based on, as far as promotions, based on what's happening in that area. So you used an example of like Jazz in the Park, right? When you are marketing in an area like a Jazz in the Park versus an area like 76th and Good Hope, do you find that you have to take the approach or take a different approach in two different areas?
Most of the time, the approach is the same. Sometimes the crowd are different. Like Jazz in the Park, we have an older crowd, so we do with a little less talking. They read, you know, the young people. They would, you know, what is this for? What do you have going on? And we would have to explain that a little bit more to the younger crowd.
Got you. Flyer John, I got a question for you. You've been around for a long time. You started this in 1981 with Reggie Brown at a New Edition concert in Chicago, right?
No, because see, in Chicago, when I'm in Chicago, New York, when I'm traveling out there, people show me mad love. When I went to Chicago, helped this one dude pass out his Cincinnati Flyers.
Yeah.
Turn around. Somebody came to me and gave me a $50 bill in Chicago. Dude got mad when somebody gave it to me. They came, a lot of people, when they was leaving, it was a R&B rap concert with Salt and Pepper.
Come on now.
And Queen Latifah.
Come on.
And all of that. I seen one of the rappers. They knew me off the back. I think it was Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah and them. They said, Flyer John, ain't you coming in? I said, I can't. You see this? It's just this promoter, Cincinnati promoter.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to go in. They said, Flyer John, you know we got backstage pass. We got you.
So you ain't even have to go through
one for him. But they said, no, because he hating. And a lot of people was leaving out from Milwaukee, knew me, saying, here, Flyer John, here's you a soda. Here's you 2 sodas and a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And you $20.
Yeah.
And you some popcorn.
Yeah.
You out here busting your butt.
Yeah.
Putting out these flyers. Keep up the good work, Flyer John.
Yeah.
You always out here breaking your back.
Yep.
Let these people, Chicago people, know who you are.
Yes.
You breaking your back.
Yes, and you
That's
came
what
over
we
to
need.
Milwaukee and broke your back too, because you've been out here for a long time. Let me ask you this. So you've been around for a long time. You've seen many clubs come and go. What club, in your opinion, was popping and the most exciting to pass out flyers for? You got
my favorite club that was popping was Savoy's.
Okay.
And the Onyx.
Yep.
502.
Yeah.
Mrs. ARJ.
Yeah.
Diamond Inn.
Yep.
Oh, I remember when I went to Diamond Inn, went in there and started passing out flyers inside and out. They said, Flyer John, come on in the building. Here's some free food for you.
Yeah.
Here's you a bottle of water and a can of soda.
Yeah.
They showed me mad love until I go in there saying, here's some flyers and $50. And then all the other clubs I go into, they saying, look, Flyer John, I don't got no money with you still passing out flyers. I said, no, I'm passing out flyers for free. You got to pay me. Because I'm not going to do it.
That's right.
You fooling the wrong person for that.
That's right. And you know what? That to me, it sounds like, our community take care of you, right?
Yeah, they do. They show me mad love, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like people that's going to pay me put out their flyers.
Yeah.
And like I said, me and April, we ain't gonna put out the flyers for free. You got to pay us.
That's right. Come on.
Either pay
yep.
or move around.
That's right, Flyer John. Come on now.
around.
So we know back then there was multiple people who were involved in promotions. And Sir Wayne, shout out to Sir Wayne. He was one of them as well. Flyer John, was there competition between you two, or how did y'all coexist?
Oh, man. Okay, check this out. Oh, tell you the truth, he had all the good shows. Only shows I had was Donnell Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I had Jodeci.
Uh-huh.
I had Hakeem from Empire.
Yeah.
I had Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Then I had Mary J. Blige's show.
Okay.
And I had mostly Ice Cube.
Yeah.
When he came to the rave.
Yeah.
I had Trey Songz show because Trey Songz called me up.
Yeah.
Manager Trey Songz gave a phone to his man and said, hey, I need Flyer John to pass out my flyers.
Yeah.
He be out there busting his butt.
Yeah.
Breaking his back.
So how did you and Sir Wayne coexist?
Actually, we bumped heads at this one concert with Drew Hill, New Edition, and all of them at the Milwaukee Theater.
Yeah.
He thought that I was trying to steal that concert. He said, move back. I was going to try and steal that one. I said, no, I'm about to get that one.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, no, man. And he was trying to get me to help him pass off fire. I said, no, you got to at least pay me.
Yeah. So are y'all cool now? Y'all get cool after? No?
Hey, tell the truth, I was supposed to have been promoting that Mike Epps. All of a sudden, I ain't seen him pass out no flyers at the Mike Epps or New Edition concert. None when they came here. I don't think he ain't been feeling too well because he ain't been doing his job. Like,
oh, he calling you out, Sir Wayne. We got to talk about it now.
I am calling him out. Whoever want that concert promoted, me and April to do it, give us a call right now. We are out there. We are out there. Call us up. We are free and we are ready.
Yes, indeed.
Wayne don't want none of us. It's a new street team hustlers out here. Believe me.
Let's go.
We do promo on the internet too.
Yeah. Okay. So
yes.
Y'all do social media promotions as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we end the interview, April, is there anything that you want to speak to?
Yes. I have a record out called AP the Barber. You can check it out on YouTube. It's called Love is a Drug. Me and John will be in the streets working very hard to promote. And if you need any help, you can just hit us up on Facebook at April Espinosa Smith at Facebook.com. And you can also hit up Flyer John at Facebook.com.
Absolutely. Flyer John, is there anything you want to say?
Actually, we're going to be out there promoting her album. Like I said, her song is on fire.
Yeah, let's go. We got to get that in here. We got to get her song in here.
Hey,
Yeah.
Like I said, that song's on fire. Y'all got to pump that.
Yeah. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. Before you walk out of here, Flyer John, I just want you to know how much Milwaukee love you. I know personally from growing up, watching you do everything you have done, you are a part of Milwaukee history and Milwaukee culture, no matter who feel whatever, but we're here to recognize that. You've done a lot of work
That's
in
all
the
right.
city.
I'm here to stay.
That's right.
Like I said, tell you the truth, if Chicago,
yeah,
let y'all know, Milwaukee finna take over Chicago. we finna go to Chicago and stop promoting. We finna bring
yeah.
Because I already got Chicago fire.
Yeah, y'all heard it right from the horse's mouth. Thank you so much, April and Flyer John, for joining us. Do not touch that dial. We got to take a quick break, right? 101.7 The Truth.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakomick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakomick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
But if you ain't from where I'm from, like some dog don't come, or you getting yeah, we cheating, dog, that's automatic.
101.7 The Truth. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. Happy Tuesday, Milwaukee. Welcome back. Listen, we had a special guest. Flyer John was in the building. For those that know, man, listen, if you know, you know. Again, we do this for the culture. We're going to acknowledge the people who are a part of Milwaukee history. And earlier we were talking about campaigns, you know, not just political campaigns, but whether you own a business, whether you're running for office, whatever it is, there has to be a campaign. And there's levels to promotions, right? There's levels to promotions. And if you grew up in the city of Milwaukee, there is no way that you did not know who Flyer John was, right? So I want to explain, everybody that's over 30, I want to explain something to the younger listeners. Before Instagram, before event pages and group chats, we talking about flyers under the windshield wipers, right? Posters in the barbershops and salons, radio drops, DJs, clubs, hosts, record stores, word of mouth, all of the above. When we talking about campaigning, that's what Milwaukee culture was, right? Promotions. And to be honest with you, I feel like this is something that we have to get back to. Not to say that it's not happening anymore, but there was just a different feel in the city culture-wise during the time where everybody was doing guerrilla promotions. And Flyer John's wife said something that's very, very crucial. She said, a lot of people think that flyers don't work anymore, that flyers and posters don't work. People don't pay attention to them. They throw them away, all of the above. Listen, it works. No matter what arena you are in, guerrilla promotions still works. I don't care if you don't hang on to the flyer initially. Somebody is paying attention to the flyers, to the posters, to all of it. So the reason why I mention that is because a lot of people that own businesses or younger entrepreneurs, they are kind of in this mind frame that all of the marketing has to be done on social media. All of the campaigns have to be done on social media. That is not the case, right? Yes, you do need to have marketing on social media, but you also need to build that campaign from a guerrilla streets promotion point of view. And to me, that has always been the most effective, although social media is great and it helps do the work 10 times more. There's nothing like physically going to up to someone, you know, having that interaction that's non-transactional, providing them with the information, and then just creating that experiences. So this prompted me to think about some things. Last Friday, we had the Friday Kickback. We had some good conversations and memories where we were talking about what our childhood was like, you know, growing up in the city of Milwaukee, what that felt like, what it looked like, all of the above. And it had me thinking about the history overall. And since we're talking about promotions, we're also going to talk about the Milwaukee Marketing Hall of Fame, right? And again, if you from the crib, you know exactly what I mean. Whether you was in high school walking out and you see Sir Wayne standing at the end of the school on a corner with some flyers, right? This back when they had H2O, the Amistad, you know what I mean? This is back when we had clubs for teams, the clubhouse, all of the above. Sir Wayne actually was the first person to throw my first public birthday party. He threw my 18th birthday party at the Masonic Temple on Titonia and North Avenue. And I was ecstatic. I seen him. He pulled up to the school. I said, hey, Flyer John, my birthday coming up. Say, you want to do a party? Yeah, I want to do a party for my birthday, man. I got you, Jazz. I'm going to throw the party for you, get the venue in. I'm going to hand out the flyers and do promotions for you. And we had a ball. We had a ball, right? Then you got, obviously, Flyer John. Flyer John is a walking billboard, marketing genius. Like, he going, again, you can see him downtown, see him all the way in Brown Deer an hour later. How he got there that fast, I don't know. But that's why they call him Flyer John. KB the Playmaker, right? KB has been around for a long time. And when we're talking about marketing, especially when it comes to these artists, he know exactly what to do. He has been doing it for quite a long time. He does more than marketing. He does branding as well. But I think he has taken the marketing piece and the promotions piece to next level, like a completely different level than we've ever seen. And again, he comes from that era as well. But shout out to KB, man. Dracula, if you've ever been to the Mother's Day comedy, Laugh-a-thon, and all of that stuff, Dracula has been around in promotions for decades, right? And of course, the late, great young Tweezy. Now, we know Flyer John get it in. We know, KB and Sir Wayne, but we got to give Tweezy his props, man. Tweezy probably was hands down, he was the number one hustler in Milwaukee. When it comes to promotions, when it comes to all of the above, he got it in, man. He got it in. And I'm not saying you got to choose, right? Because I don't think it's fair to choose. I'm just telling you that my Milwaukee Marketing Hall of Fame includes Sir Wayne, Nice and Dragon, Flyer John, KB the Playmaker, Dracula, and Young Tweezy. And when you hear these names, if you are a part of the culture in any aspect, from entertainment to concerts to elected officials, campaigns, to the music, everything, they have played a huge part in assisting with providing this information. They are a part of Milwaukee history, right? There was a time where you didn't know what was happening unless you got the information from them. Other than the radio, we talking pre-social media, guys. We're not talking Facebook, Twitter, none of that. We're talking pre-social media. The only way you knew something was going down was by word of mouth and by the marketing. Other than that, it didn't matter. It had to come from a credible source. Again, if Flyer John or if Sir Wayne is holding something and they're passing it out, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to follow suit because I know it's coming from a valid source. If Sir Wayne pull up and say, hey, check this out, vote for this person. I'm handing out flyers to support so-and-so. More than likely, I'm going to vote for them because it came from him. So again, all of that stuff matters, man. All of that stuff matters when we're talking about campaigning and promotions. And again, we do this for the culture, man. We do it for the culture. We want to make sure that we are highlighting those who have paved the way for us when it comes to the Milwaukee culture, especially in the entertainment industry. People can say what they want. They can feel like it's not important. But for the people who spent their lives pursuing their dreams, these people matter to us, right? People who have spent their lives, whether they was doing music, whether they was promoting events, these people are a part of that history, right? Can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. You have to have a team. You have to have people in the community that support whatever it is that you got going on. And these guys do it. That's what they're known for. That's what they've been doing. And again, I think that street promo is highly important still to this day. Some people don't, listen to the radio. Some people don't watch TV. Some people aren't on social media. So again, whether it's an elected official or whether it's a young entrepreneur, do not underestimate guerrilla promotion. It works. It's a part of this culture here. And not only that, it teaches you social skills, man. That's the problem. A lot of y'all don't know how to talk to people. And I'm talking to the younger generation. You don't know how to have conversations with people because everything you do is dictated off of an algorithm. You're always online. How about, do you know how to walk up to somebody and convince them why they should take part in whatever it is that you're selling? Right? You need to build up your social skills. So if you have a business, if you have a project music-wise that you're dropping, man, get out there and get them flyers and get in people's faces. Talk to the people. That's how you get your feedback. That's how you become better at whatever it is that you're trying to do. That's how you obtain customers. People want to see you. They don't want to just sit on social media and see flyers all day. They want to see you in person. Let me see if you really about what you be talking about. You want my vote? Let me see you in person, right? Or whoever the representative is that's handing out the flyers. If you're an artist and you have music that's on the way, yeah, you need to link with somebody that's out here doing guerrilla street promotions so that everywhere somebody goes, they see your product, period. Everywhere somebody goes, they see your product. If you have an album or a single out and I don't see no flyers nowhere, I'm convinced that you really don't want to make it. You're not putting it in people's face. You can't just promote on social media. You better hit up these gas stations, these barbershops, beauty salons, daycare. I don't care what it is. Hit it up. Hit it up. Get the information out to the people in their face. That's how you sell it. That's how you make people believe that you believe in whatever it is that you're selling. I want to see it. I want to see the flyers. I want to see the posters. I want to see all of the above. We are talking about campaigning. We had an amazing interview this past hour with Flyer John. When we come back, let's continue this conversation. 833-212-1017. I want to hear from you. What did Milwaukee crowds demand from promoters that crowds in other cities didn't? What was the culture like back in the day with Guerrilla Street marketing? It's your girl, Jazz Tyler, 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
One on 1.7 The Truth. It's your girl Jazz Tyler. Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Join us for Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free and fun for the entire family, featuring great music, community resources, family activities, and back-to-school support to help students get ready for a successful school year. Interested in volunteering? Visit the Truth Family Fest website at truthfamilyfest.com to complete the volunteer form or by emailing Sierra Brown at CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Bring the whole family and experience one of Milwaukee's favorite community celebrations. Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, DCWS, and Incision. Milwaukee, join us on the 22nd, man. We will be there broadcasting live for those who have not had the opportunity to meet myself, Meech, Ray, Homer, Bailey, all of the above. Please make sure that you come out. We will be there. You guys will have the opportunity to tap in officially with us in person. But most importantly, you're able to gain resources, right? You're able to get the resources. We want to see you there at the Truth Family Fest. So today we had special guest Flyer John. Flyer John was in the building, man. We were talking about marketing and promotions in the Milwaukee culture. I've listed my Hall of Fame when it comes to marketing. And there's one person that's also on that list as well, right? Y'all know him. I think y'all know him. Meech.
I am not on no list.
Cut it out. What up, Meech?
I create the list.
Listen.
I'm not finna be here talking to you.
Why not?
I could get some insight, but I'm not finna be here.
Why
talking
not?
To you.
Why not, Meech?
Because
it's a family reunion. Y'all, so we're talking about Milwaukee Hall of Fame. Meech, you are prominent when it comes to marketing, branding, PR, all of that stuff. Have been. Not just entertainment, but politics, everything. Campaigns. Like, a lot of people don't know you really put in the work. What do you love most about marketing and branding?
that it works.
Come on now. Come on now, Professor Meech.
It just works.
Yeah.
Just the subconscious of knowing that you could pretty much dictate somebody for liking it. You know what I mean? Liking your stuff or paying attention to it.
Yep.
That you're trying to get the word, whatever you're trying to get the word out on, messaging, imaging.
Yeah.
Songs, whatever, everything I get marketed, especially if you're trying to get people to buy it.
How important is that when you have projects and concerts? How important is street marketing?
Street marketing is nowadays it's always been important to me because that's that's the era we come up in.
Yeah.
But now is more prevalent because of that. I think online is just so saturated.
Yes.
To where people is looking for other ways to market stuff. So and they did it. It's been a little bit trying to combine the street with the digital, having real people influence real stuff online, but it's still that tangible thing of giving somebody something, or if you receiving something from somebody in a campaign or project.
Yeah.
People still go to the tables to get free stuff.
Yep.
At the end of the day. So everybody looking for marketing materials.
Yep.
People looking for merch. If you go to all the resources, like today I went to vote. Go vote today.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I got my
you got your sticker?
My Sherman
Come
Park
on
votes.
now.
I got a
I forgot you.
I got a button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I ain't got no sticker. I got a button.
See, and all that's marketing. So
yes.
After I voted, it's a table to all the resources.
Yeah.
When got me some marketing materials from over there. You know what I mean? So everybody it's almost standard for you to have something like that at events.
Yep.
or even attached to a project or something like that. So I think it's very important.
How important was it? So we both come from the same era. So you know what I mean, that feeling when you walk outside of school, when you see Sir Wayne with the flyers or you see Flyer John. How important is that part of Milwaukee history to the culture of marketing today?
It's very important. I mean, I think that's where it's lost at. You know, a lot of the messaging, even with like stuff that we try and do with the youth. I mean, we try to encourage the organizations to get out there, you know, school let out. You know what I mean? Everything, you know, goes through the school, should be going through the schools, you know, charter, private, or whatever school of choice that you got. But it should be going to, it's where it starts at.
Absolutely.
It starts with the youth. I mean, because otherwise you promoting at the club or where grown folks be, you know, you trying to catch people outside their job, stuff like that. But other than that, it should start at the schools because that's how word of mouth spreads.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's pretty much the biggest part of marketing is word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Making everybody feel left out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on, reverse psychology. Yeah, make them feel left out.
You know, if you hear something more than 3 times, you're gonna feel left out.
Absolutely.
So you know, just try to put that in the air. You know.
Speaking of campaigns, man, you goated when it comes to the campaigns. How important is the street promo? So we talked about levels of promotions.
Yeah.
Right? You got social media promotions, you got guerrilla promotions, all of that. How important is the streets promotions when it comes to campaigns, specifically for elected officials?
I'm canvassing.
Yeah.
Canvassing, having stuff go through the mail, all that's important.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talk about like who reached the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it probably ain't your favorite candidate, but it just goes in to show you like it still works. You know, it's canvassing, knocking on doors, all that street promotions, you know, being in people's face, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's what it's about when you're doing a campaign. And like I told you, for my vote, you got a campaign.
Absolutely.
You got to get to that level where it's not just, like you said, it's not just online promotions. I don't need to see a candidate just posting online saying, hey, vote for me. We got this going. You showing me what you doing online, and I'm not part of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's the other thing, part of marketing. Having people part of it, inclusion.
Yes.
The people, the community.
Yes.
That's the biggest word that, you know, you mentioned KB. So the biggest word we kind of, our marketing strategy is inclusion. Include everybody as much as possible. Give them a role.
Yeah.
You know, let people know what we got going on. Whether they, you know, not the focal point of the campaign or the project, but just including them.
Yeah.
You know, having people show what they do best.
Yeah.
That's really what our thing is, try to put people in the best position to be them.
Yep. And to your point, like, you're right, because I remember a lot of people, there's elders, you would ask them, you know, if you run for office and they didn't vote for you, you say, why didn't you vote for me? Because I never got anything in the mail. Or because nobody never came to my door.
On the candidate.
Yes.
I don't even know they on the ballot, you know. I mean, and that just goes to show, like, you know, everybody, just for a campaign, of course, the candidate is focused on them and their campaign. So the campaign will be focused on them.
Yep.
But at the same time, like, just, you know, simple messaging, if you're an organization or something like that, part of election season, and you know, helping out with trying to get certain messaging out here. I mean, like, letting people know who's on the ballot, like, not just saying the candidates, but just like showing us what a ballot look like.
Yes.
Like, certain information to kind of help everybody out. You know, I filled out 2 ballots today. I was, you know, I did it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's different.
Voters'
with the
education.
It's different with the primary versus the presidential election or just any general election.
Yep.
So that was something I learned. It's my first time voting in the primary myself.
Yeah.
So and that's just because like we said, like, just I'm part of the campaigns that's going around of some of the messages to where I know what's going on now. But usually it don't even reach that far. You know what I mean? To where you even know it's a primary going on. You'll wait 2 days later, they show you the votes, like on the news or something, or you just end up with an elected official that you didn't even know that.
No, come on out. And the crazy thing about it too is, like, we know that candidates can't reach everybody, but this is Milwaukee, right? This is the biggest city in the state. So if I don't see any type of interaction as far as like what you mentioned, like the mailers or people, doing door knocking in my neighborhood, then I'm going to, in my mind, I'm going to feel like you deliberately did not cater to the city of Milwaukee.
But that's how you know that it's a campaign. I wouldn't know if you campaigning if I don't get the mailers.
Yeah.
If I don't see canvassers on my door in my neighborhood. I wouldn't know that it's at that level. Like, I need to vote for you. I wouldn't notice that your campaign is at that level. Otherwise, I don't think you need. I mean, you probably do need the campaign dollars for something like that, but that should be one of the first couple of things you do under a campaign, for an election is get them canvassers, send that mail out. That should be the first thing. I mean, that's just coming from simple marketing. Like, do the necessary. Like for you just have Flyer John in here.
Yep.
The first thing you do when you want somebody to know is get the flyer done.
Come on now. Get the flyer done. Hit up Flyer John.
I don't see how y'all out here, going from city to city, state to state, commercial, channel,
Yeah.
And y'all ain't got no flyers.
Yeah.
I can't get no button.
No merch.
I can't get no
nothing.
sticker.
Yeah. Come on now.
Ain't nothing for the kids to have.
Come
ain't
on.
no stickers. Ain't no face paint. Ain't nothing going on.
Yep.
But, I know they don't vote. So, but it's like, who is we targeting to vote these days? I mean, I know when Obama was running, it was more so, we was of that age where it was for us.
Yeah.
We knew it was for us to come out and do our thing.
Absolutely.
Now it's like, who we really targeting as voters? You know what I mean? Is it the youth? Is it the older people? Is it the people that's I don't think nobody's scared to vote no more. You know what I mean? That was the thing, you're scared to vote. Woo.
It's just I'm being undecided or not educated enough on
I think it's being not educated enough because it ain't even that we can't educate ourselves. It's just more so where you get the information from.
Absolutely. We about to go to break. When we come back, let's talk about how do we rally behind our candidates, the black dollar when it comes to campaigning. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler, 101.7 The Truth.
For 18 years, Veolia has done more than treat Milwaukee's water. Our people have raised their families here, built careers here, and been a part of the community. Generations of workers, millions of dollars a year invested in local businesses, a workforce center built to give young Milwaukeeans a real path into good local careers. 18 years later, Veolia is still here because Milwaukee's still home. Veolia, Milwaukee values, committed to its future.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
101.7 The Truth. Is your girl, Jazz Tyler. You are officially tapped in. American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth. For almost 100 years, they've been committed to helping families protect what matters most: your home, your vehicle, and the dreams you are building every single day. If you are part of The Truth audience, you already know you work hard for yours. That's why having the right protection in place matters. American Family helps you stay ready for whatever life brings so you can focus on moving forward. Insure it carefully. Dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent from AMFAM.com. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Happy Taco Tuesday, Milwaukee. Shout out to the chat. What's up, Marty? Shout out to Jasmine West, Melanie Harper. That's your mom. That's your auntie. Hey, TT. She said, what's up, Meech? Abstract Norris says, I feel after a certain age, after a certain adult age, you should know when elections are coming up with or without promotion campaign ads. If you are just tuning in, we have Flyer John on here. We were talking about the Milwaukee culture, the levels of promotions, campaigning. Now we're sitting down with another marketing genius, Meech. And we was having conversations about whether or not people vote is dictated off of the information that they receive via marketing, right? Are you voting for somebody that you didn't receive a mailer from? Somebody that didn't come knock on your door and have a conversation with you? As we head into this last hour, I want to touch on something different. What happened to the culture of campaigning, right? When we're talking about elected officials, when we have people black people in the community who put their dollars together and say, you know what, I'm going to either donate to the campaign, or I'm going to pay people to do guerrilla street marketing promo, right? Business owners, community members, whoever, whatever the case may be. How do you feel about our people in the community putting together funding to assist with these campaigns on their own, not necessarily just sending money to donate, but hiring people to hand out flyers and making sure that the information gets out?
I think it's cool. I don't think nothing wrong with that. Either way, you know what I mean? It's just really about who they support. You know what I mean? So putting the dollars together to and hope somebody win.
Yeah.
That kind of balances out, I think. I mean, that's, you want your views and your opinions to be matched with who. So if you got the money to push a narrative, I think that's what you got the right to do. To me, it's still that free country type of. You can do whatever you want to do. Show money.
Yeah, yeah, that's a fact.
Especially if it's coming to me.
Straight up. So, what's your take on the campaigning when it comes to this governor's race? Me personally, I live in the Rufus King area. The only person I've ever seen come through out there was David Crowley people. I have not seen.
So they came out there. Mm-hmm. I stay on 44 Burla. They haven't reached. I haven't.
They came out there. There's signs. There's flyers. I have not received any mailers from any other candidate. I haven't received any knocks on the doors from any other candidates.
They've been canvassing in my hood.
So, and you know why this dialogue is important too? Because now we get to see firsthand in real time who they're actually campaigning to.
I mean, ask the people, see if they, See if they call in and see.
Yeah, 833-212.
Tell us who been in y'all hood.
1017. Who have y'all seen throughout this campaign? We talking mailers, we talking flyers, we talking knocks on the doors. All of guerrilla promotion, not just TV ads or radio ads, but who have you physically seen, whether it was them or a representative? Again, I live in a Rufus King area. The only people that came through was David Crowley people. I have not received any literature from any other candidate, Democratic or Republican. Not none.
Yeah, I think the Republican, they kind of waiting on the primary so then they could go ahead and I think they got their dollars in the they stacked up. They ready to.
He said we ain't got to spend the bread right now.
I mean, they ready. They trying to see who they got to go up against, before they start,
going hard,
building their commercials and all of that. That's how that marketing gonna go.
Yeah.
You just can't. You want to put out some Tom Tiffany stuff.
Yeah.
Before and then now you don't know who you're going against, and then now that stuff might not work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing I will say though is even though I didn't vote for Hong, I do appreciate her efforts in trying to get her literature out to the city of Milwaukee.
Well, she did a good job.
Because outside of D.C., because everyone else has not. And we're not talking about, she couldn't persuade me to vote for her, but it's just the point that whether you vote for her, Crowley, whoever else, we need information. We need information about who we're voting for. That's the most important thing so we can make the proper decision, right? And when you have all of these candidates in a race and they refuse to send out literature or even show face, like, okay, and that's another thing. She sent literature out, but I ain't seen her.
I mean, that's a key part, of campaigning.
Yeah.
Shaking hands, being out in public, and really letting the people ask you the questions that they want. They want to hear the responses. So, some candidates gonna give you the same old candidate verse.
Yeah.
But they want to. I need you to tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how
Exactly.
It could be stubborn like that. I need you to come to my house just because I know you care.
Yep.
You probably won't never be over here. That's how I am. Yeah,
come on.
Spend the campaign dollars. Let me see y'all in the hood. Let me see if y'all stretch that far.
And when I ran for office, I had to do that twice as much because one of my opponents, actually she won, Alderwoman Taylor. Mm-hmm. Her last name is Taylor. So her name was sitting above mine on the ballot.
Yeah.
Which means that I'm not saying that happened, but she probably got some of my votes too, just on the strength of the Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, the way it's set up this year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah.
The way it's set up, the ballot set up this year, that's a cold game.
Yeah, it is.
That's a cold game the way it's set up. And if y'all want to see how it's set up,
go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote, man. And all of that stuff matters. Hello. When we're talking about the way they set the ballot up, all of that. It's all programming.
Yeah.
They're doing it in a way to benefit.
That's the first thing I seen.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I stepped in that booth. I said, oh.
Are we on this?
That's what we on. They ain't playing no games.
Yeah, we on this type of time.
And then, like you said, we said the confusion of the ballot. Like,
yeah.
Like if we already got Tom Tiffany supposed to be why is he even on this ballot?
Come on.
Why am I even able to vote for them?
Yeah. I feel you, Meech.
So what y'all gonna count his votes for the general election or something? Like what would them votes count as right now? Why is he even on there? What would they account for?
Yeah.
Because it says it right on there. If you vote for the other party, them the votes.
Yeah. Yep.
That'll get counted for that party. So it's like, okay, why is even this party already got their candidate for the next election?
Come on.
Why is he even on this?
Come on.
So I mean, that's the confusion and stuff, and the simple marketing stuff that you got to kind of know and see. It could be the bait and switch. That's how I looked at it. You know what I mean? But having my boy on there where he was positioned, like I said, if y'all want to see how the ballot set up, go on in there.
Go vote, man.
I voted at Mary Ryan. So
it's a trip. Marty says Republicans not coming to the hood. Period.
Oh, they gonna be there. They got that money. They got to.
You think they coming to the hood?
We
though?
finna make them campaign. This is what we talking about.
They're in the hood already.
You have to campaign though. Like if you don't make these people campaign, they would not come to you have to make them campaign.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all how petty I am. Y'all know I'm Petty LaBelle, right? Bronzeville Week, Bronzeville Fest. I kid you not. Ask Alderman Chambers. I had a stack of DC Crowley, David Crowley flyers. And I was walking, passing them out, and I looked to my left, and I seen a table for Tom Tiffany. I walked right over there.
Remember I said that at Juneteenth?
Yes. I gave them a flyer. I gave them one of these.
They be all in our stuff. They be all at all our events.
Listen, because why you here? No, this is the part that really tripped me out.
I mean, but he campaigned, Jazz.
No. But I know, but this the part that tripped me out. It wasn't him. It wasn't a white person in sight. It was the people from the Republican Party who has the spot on 3rd and North Avenue. I mean, and I'm not making it a color thing, but to see black people at Bronzeville Fest, right, promoting Tom Tiffany. And let me be clear, because this has nothing to do with Alderwoman Cox, right? It had them even being over there has nothing to do with her. But when we talk about trying to flip the vote or strong arming, knowing for a fact that this is not your
territory.
Your territory.
This ain't
it's mad disrespectful, man.
I mean, because I seen it today. No disrespect to the volunteers, to the other volunteers at the voting polls.
Yeah.
But I met Mary Ryan on 44 at Sherman Park.
Yeah.
So it was more, white folks and black folks volunteering in the hood, and that was some of the first things. Standing in line. That was the first thing I seen, and then I went to the ballot. But
I can't say that black
wasn't disheartening, but it was just more so like, where's our people?
This is another thing too, right? Like some of our people do not have the luxury of taking off of work to vote, even though we know that, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Meech, but there was a law passed where people can take off to go vote and not be penalized, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you think people using that right now?
I don't even think a lot of black people know. And this may sound crazy.
They pretty much saying, "Oh, I got to go to work."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think they understand that they can take that day off, and whether or not if their job makes them use PTO or sick time in order to, take that half day or take whatever time they need to. But I think a lot of it too, again, is pertaining to campaigning and all of that stuff. Man, this is interesting. This is Jasmine West says she's seen some Millers in there from Hong.
Told you.
I ain't seen nothing but Crowley.
You hear me? She is campaigning.
I haven't seen nothing but Crowley in my neighborhood. Marty says, I want to do the Wee Man vote. What if he want to legalize marijuana? If he want that legalized, he should. We'll be back. We'll finish this conversation. I want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. What determines your vote? Is it marketing materials? Is it the person physically coming to shake your hand, doing door knocking? What is it? 101.7 The Truth.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
Hey, do your thing. Hey, do your thing. Hey, do your thing. Hey, do your thing. Hey.
101.7 The Truth. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. You are officially tapped in. Welcome back. We are talking about campaigning and voting. What moves you in order to vote? What is it that a candidate has to do? Is it mailers? Is it commercial ads, radio, all of the above? We sitting here with the marketing genius Mech, man. Yes, you are.
I just got some game.
I got some game about myself.
Yeah, I just got some game. I mean, the thing that I need to see, I need to see it all. I need to see the commercials. I need to see the materials. I need to answer my dough. I need to be checking my Ring camera. I mean, y'all need to kind of get on my nerves for me to vote for y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For my vote to go through, I need.
You got to pull up on me. Pull up on me.
I got to be like, oh, look at dog. He everywhere.
Yeah, pull up on me. I want to see you.
Yeah, I got to be right out the street like, dang, they got a campaign going on. They got to do stuff out here. I got to be seeing yard signs every street I turn for me to be like, okay, this is what we own. So
But see, that's what I mean when I say the community rallying behind a candidate to campaign like how they used to, because back in the day, there used to be moms and pop shops that will have a watch party or somehow give food out to the volunteers, whatever. Everybody is playing a part in pushing the campaign.
I mean, I think there is still, to a certain extent, you know what I mean? Just for me being behind the scenes, I think it's a lot of participation and I love it. It's just at the same time, on the higher level of the campaign itself, it needs to be somebody that knows what's going down on this level. You need to be able to, somebody in the campaign need to be able to check the street temperature.
Yes.
And be able to say it is cold outside.
Yes.
We need to get out there and turn up.
Yeah. And one thing I will say that we know how to do, we know how to turn the vote up.
See, somebody mentioned to me that if black people show up, we don't have nothing to worry about.
Yes. Abstract Norris says Milwaukee has a low black voter turnout. Some politicians feel they don't have to campaign in certain areas because voters aren't showing up anyways. That is true. But one of the things I learned when I was voting, when I ran for office, I had a lot of first-time voters. I had a lot of people who had their voting rights revoked and then given back, and people who just never voted before. And it kind of shifted my perspective, of the whole people don't vote. People do vote. It's just if they don't know who to vote for or if it's somebody they're not interested in, they're not going to vote because they haven't been sold. But one of the things that I've noticed is when I would go to an elder's house, they want to sit there and have that real conversation with you. Yeah. They don't want no transactional, here go. No, they want to ask you, especially if you are the candidate doing doors or if you the candidate spouse or whatever, they want to ask real life questions. And for me, that's how I dictate who I'm going to vote for, right? I have to see that you have physically done the work.
Yeah.
I have to see, I like to go in person to the events because I want to see if you know what you're talking about. Not just reading it based off what your PR team gave you, but do you actually know what you're talking about without reading that prompter?
I mean, you got to have some PR going on for sure. But then that prompter got to be well written.
It do.
Because I was just sitting here thinking, you remember the Obama campaign?
Man, listen.
What?
Igga-ish.
What? No, I'm just saying, you remember how much
Yeah.
promotion and marketing that was?
Yeah.
But the thing that got me out of all of that stuff that Obama did was his speeches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His speeches what made me vote for him.
But the reason why I say Igga-ish is because it resonated with the black voters.
Yeah, the way he talked.
It resonated with the black voters.
It was the way he talked. He couldn't. He had to send nothing else. I just had to hear him talk, And that, like you said, that's what win my vote. Because right now it's like I don't really hear the talking. You know what I mean? It's not really coming off like this. A lot of interviews. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a lot of questions, getting the same answers. You know, a lot of issues being brought up, but I'm not feeling. Yeah. I'm not feeling like somebody gonna take care of me.
You know what, Meech? Like this campaign, these elections have been completely different than any other elections I've ever experienced, because we know as a people who has done the work. We know, all of that, but the feel of it. I've never seen so many people afraid of allowing a black man to win this seat. Like, when you go and read these comments, you should see it.
It's like we voting for the president.
Hello.
That's how I feel. The way it's going, like, come on now, it's our governor, but it's a high level seat in Wisconsin. But it just, the way they make it seem like we can't have, like, come on, man, this the president or something. Like, come on, boss.
And the work is there. I made a post today that said the only thing established is the work. My guy.
Seen that, yeah, I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, it goes back to your own personal opinion and perspective. For me, I have to see it. I have to see it up close and personal, because this is my life that we're talking about.
Yeah, you'll tell people who you voted for. You're gonna have to go through the federal ballots to get mine.
Yeah.
It just, for me, it just don't. Me telling you who I vote for. Yeah, you can keep it.
That's your own. Exactly. It's for everybody to, withhold the information if you would like, or share it. But as far as the personal experience, I do believe that, again, for me, if I don't see the person, like if I don't get a chance to experience an in-person event that they're throwing, a rally, or if I don't see them doing door knocking or just have any interaction with them or their team at all, I'm not going to vote for that person.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of enjoy the door knocks because it kind of let me know, like, who really wants the vote.
Come on. People don't understand. The door knocking matters.
But you get my vote, but I need to hear you speak. Yeah. I need to hear the level of the level of diction that you got. Like, if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I need you to tell me something I don't know.
Yep. I want to look you in your eye.
I need to feel the swag. I need to know that I need to feel it. I need to know it's comfortable. I need to feel comfortable. I need to feel like 4 years from now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or 2 years from now. I need to feel like that.
It needs to feel like every vote matters.
Like sure.
Every shout out to the chat. Abstract says, if you live in a specific voting area and you are number 10 by 5 p.m., your area is trash.
What number was you? You ain't even hold I was number 62 in my area. I can tell y'all that I was number 62.
The reason why I don't, I hate that the numbers are low. I hate that all day it go and the numbers are, like he said, 10, 15, 20 by the time the evening come.
I mean, I think it's just more voting places. It's more places to vote too, Jazz. You know what I'm saying?
But when you look at the amount of people that live in these areas.
But, just think about it. Like when we was really, my first time voting, I was voting for Obama, but it was lines out the door. That was part of
part of it too.
Part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's the campaign that he draw people out. But that was a presidential election. This is a primary.
Primary. Yep.
I was just explaining to somebody earlier, like the general election gonna be way more people.
Marty is a trip. He said, Jazzy, you a trip, but you a trip. Marty said, I'm voting for Crowley. Even though the Republican governor will keep my contracts rolling for the next 10 years.
I mean, you can follow the money, Marty.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Jasmine West says, what moves me are action plans they have for kids, elderly, and vets.
Exactly.
That point right there. And one of the things that the only thing I'm disappointed about when it comes to this race as far as expectations is, and again, it's going to sound like I'm biased, but I'm just being honest. Crowley is the only person I've seen address mass incarceration. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows that is an issue for the state of Wisconsin, incarceration, period, right? Especially in the city of Milwaukee, especially when it comes to the youth. And the amount of money that is spent on people being locked up, like while they're actually there, is expensive. Nobody has talked about that. Nobody has talked about the mass incarceration piece, taking the inmates and transitioning them back into society once they are free again, other than Crowley. Then you have the other candidates who are trying to get rid of the choice program. The healthcare as well. If I'm not mistaken, Tom Tiffany is looking to get rid of childcare, EBT, all of the above.
I think the defund the police and the mass incarceration stuff has gone by the wayside just in the elections because we still seeing people get killed by the police. Like they don't even like whatever you talking about. The dog just died a couple weeks ago. So why we even talking about this?
Yeah,
y'all ain't. We had a whole Black Lives Matter, a whole defund the police, a whole epidemic for this. We rioted all. I mean, at least here for sure.
Yeah,
but everywhere in the country. So it's like, and then we still see it. You know what I'm saying? Happening. Like it don't even matter. Then you bring ICE in here to do some other stuff.
Yeah, with
the other people, the people that's kind of helping our side, they own, So it's like now all the brown and black people getting the whipping.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Basically. So it's like, who really gonna take up for us in this sense?
Abstract says, Mahdi, I think Sherwin touched on something like that. A Northside ward had an extreme low voter turnout for a local election a few years back. People in the Rufus King ward always show up though. He also said, and it's likely due to Rufus King having a lot of homeowners. That is true. I do agree with that. Babar says, Jazz, would you ever run again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Probably not because I don't want to serve my people, but I understand now that I don't need a seat to serve my people. I think that me working alongside specific elected officials and being that bridge is more effective than me being confined to a seat, because what happens is, the reality is, when you're in that position, you have to pick a side, and whichever side you pick, it comes with, a lot. I am not a politically correct person, and sometimes the things I say is not the most popular. Some people, I like it ruffles feathers, and that doesn't work well a lot of time in politics, because if you don't play their game, whichever game that's being played, if you don't play it to a certain degree willingly, then there's some issues.
I mean, I think you gotta have a certain level of charisma. I wouldn't say I'll run though.
Yeah.
But if I get picked, don't be mad.
Let's talk about it when we come back. It's your girl Jazz Tyler, 101.7 The Truth.
A vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended. Lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com. with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
.7 The Truth. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct. You are officially tapped in. We are talking about the elections and campaigning and all of the above. What is it about elections that will move you and cause you to vote, right? Prior to break, me and Mech were sitting down discussing some of the things that make or break us, our decision. And mine is I have to see the person up close and personal. I got to look you in your eye. I got to shake your hand. I got to get a feel if you finessing or if you telling the truth. Shout out to the chat. Let's see here. Before we went to break, Babar asked me if I would run for office again, and I told him absolutely not. I do believe the work that I do now is more impactful and I can get more done versus sitting and being confined to a seat. It doesn't mean that I'm not working with elected officials behind scenes and trying to push and fight certain things, but me personally, I am just not a politically correct person. And I learned that about myself when I was running. When I ran for office, the thing that I loved the most was having conversations with the people, especially the elders, because they've been around the longest and they have a lot of knowledge. So they were able to provide information that other people could not provide. And when you sit down and talk to them, especially the elders who live inside of these assisted living facilities or the 55 and older, they go through a lot of things that people don't know, from bed bugs to people stealing the cars, all types of stuff. So just having those conversations with them is again, something I love. Madi says, Jazzy, I will campaign for you, no doubt. Thank you, Madi. I appreciate that. Jasmine West says, anyone ever experienced candidates knock on apartment doors or doorbells or standalone homes? So the apartment door knocking is a little tricky for me, primarily because if you are, well, first and foremost, you have to have permission from whoever the property manager is or the homeowner is. The property owner is, in order to even access that building and do door knocking. And then even then, it is effective because you're able to knock out multiple units at one time. But I think the smart thing to do would be to, if it's an apartment building that has a community room, host something small in there for the residents. If not, do something. If it's warm, do something outside. If it's cold, do something in a rotunda. But just do something to where you can, have multiple people, be talking to multiple people at the same time. Babar says, now you tell me, geez, regarding your questions to running again. Nope, I can't do it. I cannot do it whatsoever. Marty says, roll out. We miss you, Mech. Man, listen, I be trying to tell him. I be trying to get Mech. Mech is a busy guy now, man. He be on the go. But again, earlier today we had Flyer John on, right? Flyer John is someone who is prominent in the Milwaukee culture. I was super excited to sit down with him. He is a person who goes overlooked, and we were talking about campaigning and what matters the most. And the fact that people actually think that guerrilla street marketing promo is not effective, whether it's with elections, whether it's with the business or whatever. Me personally, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. If I don't see any of your marketing materials, no matter what arena you are in, I don't believe it. Specifically when it comes to elections, I have not received a mailer from any candidate other than David Crowley. And I'm not being biased or funny. I'm telling the truth. I haven't gotten a mailer. I haven't received a flyer. I haven't received a knock on my door. I haven't received even the texting, right? You know how they send out text alerts or information in the text messages to remind you to vote for this specific candidate. I haven't received none of that. This a whole election cycle with the governor's race has been different. It felt different, right? Yes, we see people rallying around specific candidates and so on and so on. But the point that I was making to Meech earlier was the fact that certain candidates refuse to cater to the city of Milwaukee. And what I mean by that is we are the largest city in this state. We deal with the most when it comes to crime, poverty, all of the above. And because they have made up in their mind that black and brown people don't vote, they just automatically became arrogant or assumed that they don't need to cater to specific areas in the city of Milwaukee because we're not going to get out and vote. And although that may be the case to a certain extent, understand that there are still people who want to hear from every candidate. Again, even if my mind is made up, it's just the fact that you didn't say anything to educate me on who you are, right? That's voting. That's campaigning 101. You can flip votes. You can. There was still enough time to say, hey, the next couple of weeks, let's hit up these areas. Those candidates that they're running against haven't even stepped a foot in Milwaukee. They have not came down and said anything other than Crowley. I haven't seen them. If I'm wrong, somebody please correct me. For real. Self-accountability is real. I don't want to give out the wrong information, but to my knowledge, no one has been in Milwaukee except for David Crowley. And this is the largest city throughout the entire state who deals with the most. So you can sit back and say, I'm voting for this person or I'm voting for that person, but that person hasn't even took the time out to come to where you are to meet the people where they are. Again, that may not be what you require, but that's what I require personally. Even if I don't get the opportunity to meet the candidate, give me something to work with. Give me something to work with instead of saying, hey, don't worry about that area. They're not going to vote for us. Or don't worry about that area because so-and-so already got it sold up. Man, I didn't care. It was when I ran for office, it was 8 people running. We boots on the ground. We in the meadows. We everywhere. No door goes unturned. We're knocking on every single door. Even if people say, hey, I'm voting for this person. Okay, fine. Can I still have a conversation with you? I still want to leave my literature with you, whatever the case may be. I just think that campaign-wise, there wasn't a lot that had went into the face-to-face marketing or campaigning with these elections. A lot has been social media driven, radio advertisement, TV advertisement, all of the above. So let me take this back. I just had a brain fart. I did remember that they did do the debate at Marquette University. But be realistic. Ain't none of us pulling up to Marquette University. I'm just being honest. When we are talking about the governor's race and we're talking about issues in the city of Milwaukee, the people is not coming to Marquette University. And it's no slight to Marquette University. That is the truth. That is the reality. There should have been a neutral out of all the places in Milwaukee. Marquette University should not have been the place where they decided to host a debate. Not even a debate because that was a forum, but that was the only time you seen all the candidates, the Democratic Party, in the city of Milwaukee. Outside of that, we've only seen Crowley. We haven't seen anybody else around here doing anything. And maybe they feel like they didn't need to, to a certain extent because he's the county exec. But again, whoever is running their campaign, that's not smart, right? There are people who are automatically going to vote for whoever it is that they saw just on the strength that this candidate came and took time. Even if you don't see them, you see a representative. That's how it's supposed to be. Earn my vote. Treat me like my vote matter, like every vote counts. Because I'm not going to vote for you just because you're black. I'm not going to vote for you just because you're from Milwaukee. I'm not going to vote for you just because you say you want to defund the police. I'm not going to vote for you just because it sounds good. I need a full understanding of who you are as a person, what your character look like, what your heart look like, what your family look like, how you treat your wife, how do you treat your husband, how do you treat your children, how do you treat the people, what work have you done while you were in the position that you are currently in. These are the things that's going to dictate for me personally on who I want to vote for. Aaron is him said Jazz West, no souls to the polls since 2024 for me. Jazz asks, anybody hear anything from Souls to the Polls? Man, like, and see, I'm not out the loop. I be in a way, but out the way. But to your point, like, I haven't seen any of that. I haven't felt the big push like when it's a presidential election. That's what bothers me. That is what bothers me. We have to take the local elections as serious, if not more serious, because this affects us. This impacts us directly. The person we put in, the governors. Okay, so, and then to the people who say they don't vote. Okay, if you're a felon, don't complain, because that's a part of pardons. If you want marijuana legalized, don't complain, because that's a part of that process. There are so many different things. That's tied to the governor and what it is that they're supposed to do as it pertains to the citizens of Milwaukee and what it is that they want done. So when we talk about campaigning and we talk about the field of elections, this election in particular, Crawley did his thing, Hong did her thing when it came to campaigning, but Crawley reached the people more. And really, we like us as a people, I feel like we could have done more. As much as we did when Kamala was running against Trump, it should have been that same type of energy. The souls to the polls, the party buses to the polls, whatever it is, it should have been that same type of energy across the board from everybody in Milwaukee. Like, we should have not the official campaigns. I'm talking about the people outside of who actually are working on the campaigns. There's still stuff that the citizens has to engage in and be a part of as well. Babar says, I believe in you, Jazz. You just need the right people around you, even though you and I bump heads every day. Babar, don't nobody bump heads with you. You bump heads with yourself. Ain't nobody bumping heads with you, Babar. But you know what? I'm not running again. I'm not putting my name in a hat. I'm putting Meech's name in a hat. Meech running for office, man. No, just yeah.
I'll run.
I know it, Meech.
I'd have pappy.
I'd have pappy of that there, baby. Listen, we are talking about campaigning and the elections. Do not touch that dial. We got to go to break. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler, 101.7 The Truth.
Milwaukee, it's Meet and Greet and Support the Youth by Coach Erica. Come shop with your local youth entrepreneurs Saturday, August 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at 4011 West Capitol Drive. Enjoy a day filled with fun, shopping, and building community together. That's August 15th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. 4011 West Capitol Drive. That's Meet and Greet and Support the Youth by Coach Erica this Saturday, August 15th. We hope to see you there.
Milwaukee Public School families, the first day of school is Tuesday, September 1st, and there's still time to enroll. MPS offers programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, Montessori, special education, and more. All MPS students receive free breakfast and lunch. Enroll today at milwaukeepublicsschools.org/enrollment. Or visit MPS Student Services at 5225 West Vliet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for choosing MPS.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Interested in volunteering? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or by emailing Sierra, CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension for helping make this event possible.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress, For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Love me how I do numbers, then I bring the crew under. I sat out a few summers, water, lemon, cucumber. Next open hydration bar, tell them I'm the proof under. Had to take the street route, this is not the GoFundMe.
101.7 The Truth, it's your girl Jazz Tyler. We are live and direct. We are talking about campaigning in these elections, man. Listen, if you are a transactional person, you will not get my vote. If all you do is social media ads and TV and radio, you will not get my vote. If I didn't receive a yard sign, a mailer, literature, door knockings, you will not get my vote. That's in any election, point blank, and period. Shout out to the chat. Madi says, I see less cops in the hood than the suburbs. Gone with that defund the police mess. Aaron says, better fund 12. More training and accountability, but fund the boys in blue. But Bar says, Jazz, we got to tap in. I'll bring out the new vote again for the people. Listen, so as far as the defund the police, rhetoric surrounding, I mentioned this before last week. As much as that sounds like, a bright idea based off what that specific candidate said, that is not a reality. The fact that she wants to get rid of parental choice. For those who missed it yesterday, we sat down with Dr. Howard Fuller. We had a conversation about how the parental choice started with him and the late, great Polly Williams, and why it came about to begin with. And we have people who are attempting to remove the parental choice program completely, which is a problem. I am a parent who benefited from that. I had 3 children in 3 different school districts, private, charter, and public, because my children learn different. They have different personalities and different skill sets. And I tried the one school for all, and that did not work for me. I had to send them to 3 different. Listen, I was waking up an hour and a half before work. Okay? Spending an hour and a half before work to drive them to school, and then taking an hour and a half after work to pick them up from school. That was a sacrifice I made because I needed to make sure that I personalized my children's education based off of the environment and the resources. What works for one student may not work for the other. So as a parent who benefited from that to hear, and I still have a 9-year-old. I have 2 adult children now, 19 and 18, but I also have a 9-year-old, which means that still could impact me. So these are the things. And again, I mentioned it earlier before break as well. I have not seen any other candidate other than DC talk about the mass incarceration. And if anybody want to say that's not a factor, that is a lie, because we know all about it here in the city of Milwaukee. We know about it throughout the state of Wisconsin, period, especially if you're a black man. That should have been at the top of the list for every candidate to speak about, because that is a reality that we're facing here in the city of Milwaukee, right? Aaron says you can vote as a felon, just not on probation or parole. Listen, if you can vote, go vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. We didn't spend the whole time talking about it because we know what it is. I just want our people to take this and treat this like the presidential election, because this impacts us directly. You understand? If you are not clear on what the governor does, go look it up. This isn't an ordinary race. And depending on remind you, we are in a certain era. Depending on who becomes governor is going to dictate your livelihood. I'm telling you, gotta pay attention, man. We gotta start putting just as much effort into the local elections as we do the presidential elections. And to the other candidates, I'm not talking to DC, to the other candidates, y'all, to me, y'all just prove that y'all don't really care about what's going on in Milwaukee. Yeah, she was sending out mailers, all of that stuff. But again, who has made a stop other than that forum down here? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I'm waiting. 833-212-1017. Hit the text line, hit the chat. But tell me if I'm wrong. I have not seen any other candidate outside of that forum show up in Milwaukee or Milwaukee surrounding areas. Aaron said, if you ever decide to throw your hat in a race, I'll vote for you, Jazzy. Thank y'all. I truly appreciate it. But politics on that end, that's not, I'm not beneficial in that way. I'm beneficial in this way. I'm beneficial when it comes to working alongside certain elected officials to get the job done. But that means a lot because I am a person who ran, and every vote does count. Jazz West says that Dr. Howard Fuller interview was insightful. And you know what? That's exactly what we were trying to do, Jazz, for real. Because a lot of people, again, especially if you're a parent who have students that's in middle school and high school and they're athletes and they're going to these private schools, the Martin Luthers and the other private schools playing basketball and football, that parental choice option, that affects you, right? We were talking about that yesterday. That affects you. In the event that it gets pulled, that means that you will have to pay out of pocket for a private school. You will have to pay that tuition. Some of these schools' tuitions is like 10 bands, 15 bands, depending on where your child goes. And some people may can't afford that. But to the mother or the father who lives in the outer city, again, outer city, we're left out of everything. To the mother or father who lives in the outer city, that may be their child only way to escape reality and actually have a successful life. That may be the only way they can get a scholarship, right? So again, when we're talking about voting, we're not saying, hey, we're pushing you to vote. We're trying to force you to vote for a specific candidate. We're saying, listen, it's some real life stuff going on around here, man. Hey, man, listen up. They trying to get rid of the parental choice program, right? They say, in the same breath, they say, take away parental choice program, but MPS is horrible. In the same breath. Confused. If that's not confusion, I don't know what that is. Why can't we have options, right? The housing. I'm telling you, downtown Milwaukee, not even just downtown. Certain areas of Milwaukee are starting to feel like downtown Atlanta. And if you've been to downtown Atlanta, you know exactly what I mean. I have never in my life seen the homelessness crisis up close and personal. And this is no slight to the mayor or the county exec or any other entity who have been working effortlessly to try and make sure that they combat this, but it is the truth. Housing is an issue because majority of the people that you see are veterans, are people who have mental disabilities, right? That type of homelessness. So when Jazz mentioned earlier that she want to see somebody do something for the vets, I agree. Part of being an adult is making sure that the environment you bring your children up in is safe and conducive, not just in the home, but in the city, right? This is the elections. This is how we become a part of making decisions. This is what adulting looks like. You can't say you don't care, because if you don't care, then you should not have an opinion or a complaint about anything moving forward. Period. Babar said, to Aaron, it's okay, but you still get to enjoy the benefits from me in office. Aaron, you better vote for. Listen, I can't tell you who to vote for. But what I will say is this is an important election, and whoever becomes governor next is going to shape this city in a completely different way. And yeah, we gotta do better, man. So, again, thank y'all so much for joining us. Tomorrow, if y'all haven't been paying attention, man, we doing this for the culture. We got the legendary Sandra D, man. If you from back in the day, you know who Sandra D is, man. She was whipping, and let me tell you something. We talking culture, okay? We gonna have Sandra D on here tomorrow. Followed by Thursday, I am introducing my newest segment, Ladies Night, with my best friends. I'm going to invite y'all to my personal life with my friends. Let's talk about relationships and sisterhood. All right? Shout out to MJ. Happy birthday, MJ. Want y'all check this record out. Do not forget to hop back in tomorrow. Tap back in with us. 101.7 The Truth, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's your girl, Jazz Tyler. Thank you so much, Milwaukee. Go get them tacos and margaritas. Peace.
Walk to the room, heart switching pace. Soon as I look down, yeah, everything changed. Trying to play it cool, but I know what it is.